Win your leagues with these must-draft players on the fantasy football draft board. 5 names, 5 players. Don't overthink it. These guys might already be high values in ADP, but they're all going to crush this season. Jahmyr Gibbs is the first name. I know, he's already number 5 on ADP, but guess what? Number 5 might still be devaluing Jahmyr Gibbs. Looking at the guys ahead of him, you got Jamar Chase at number 1. That makes sense to me. Number 2, you got Bijan. Number 3, you got Jefferson. Number 4, you got Saquon. I think there's a very practical case that Jahmyr Gibbs can be outperforming all 3 of those names ahead of him. And also, I just think that he's one of the safest options. Taking a guy like Justin Jefferson. Yes, Jefferson has kind of proven he's quarterback proof. However, J.J. McCarthy, big red flag, big unknown. Looking at Bijan Robinson was bad in the first half of 2024. Yes, the second half, this dude was insane. Yes, obviously you can expect him to still be good. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Jahmyr Gibbs, taking a look at him, man. In 2023, RB8, 18, 16 PPR points per game, 57% snap share. 2024, 56% snap share, 21.3 PPR points per game. 2, RB2, that's what it was. 48% of the carry percents, 0.9 touchdowns per game. He averaged almost 1 touchdown per game. Now, there's a chance you see touchdown regression there, but the receiving role also makes him very enticing in PPR formats with 30 receiving yards per game in 2024. Now, looking at the in-depth stats here, they do re-sign David Montgomery, the pest, to a 2 or 3 year deal. That kind of sucks. Looking at what he did when David Montgomery was out, which David Montgomery getting hurt, actually, it kind of improves Jahmyr Gibbs' stock in my eyes. Because aging running back, starting to get some injuries, the fall off might be beginning. And it could happen as soon as this year for David Montgomery. Wouldn't wish it upon anyone, but Jahmyr Gibbs, 28.4 points in week 15, 25.4 week 16, 26.3 week 17, and against the Vikings final week, 46 PPR points. Yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs averaging 30 plus points per game over the final 4 weeks of the season. This guy, he was top 10 running back, at least 10 weeks in 2024, and I think he's going to smash this season for sure. I know it's an expensive price, but I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs everywhere I can. Name number 2 is another expensive name. They're all top 25 ADPs in this video. Amon-Ra St. Brown coming in at ADP of number 10. The reason I like Amon-Ra St. Brown, again, it's another one that's very safe. He hasn't missed a game, really. 17 games in 2021, 16 in 2022, 16 in 2023, and 17 games played in 2024. Since 2022, he's averaged at least 17 points per game. Wide receiver 10 in 2022. Wide receiver 4 in 2023, and wide receiver 5 in 2024. So he's currently being drafted at what I think is potentially his floor. You got Jamar Chase ahead of him. You got Jefferson ahead of him. You got CeeDee Lamb ahead of him. You got Puka. He's currently being drafted on ESPN. His ADP is wide receiver 6. Yet the last 2 years, he's been the wide receiver 4 and the wide receiver 5. So why are we devaluing him? What's changed? Isaac Tesla's here? I'm not scared, bro. His target share was 27% in 2024. And honestly, he was the wide receiver 5 in 2024 in what I would say is a down year. His receiving numbers weren't as good as the previous season. The only thing that was good is that he had actually a slight improvement in his touchdowns per game. So the touchdown dependency was a little bit better in 2024. That's not really a good thing. His receiving yards per game was down from 94 in 2023 to 74 in 2024. And he was still the wide receiver 5, guys. If Amon-Ra St. Brown goes back to getting some higher receiving yards per game, even if we see some touchdown regression, which I think we do, he is a safe pick, especially with the consistency, the durability. Now, there is some news about that surgery potential and all that stuff that is a bit concerning. But considering he hasn't missed really any games, I'm not too worried. He plays. This guy, I've had him on my team. He plays through almost anything. I like him a lot. Brock Bowers, tight end 1. Tight end 1 season, man. This guy, there's a reason he's ADP 19 on ESPN. Even in best ball, going at ADP of 17 in best ball right now. 26% target share in his rookie year. He averaged 70 receiving yards per game, and he didn't really have that many touchdowns. He averaged 1 touchdown every 3 games. Why? Because the Raiders are trash, bro. His quarterback was Minshew. His quarterback was O'Connell. He has a better quarterback now in Geno Smith. Geno Smith can actually sling that football around. He averaged 15.5 PPR points per game, did Brock Bowers in 2024. I mean, I could see him averaging like 16 or 17 PPR points per game easily this season. If we see positive touchdown regression, I know it's weird it's called regression, that's just what it's called. I mean, we could see a very historic season from Brock Bowers. He could break fantasy. He had a 2.25 yards per route run in 2024. I mean, his target share could be close to 30% this year again, if not higher. So Brock Bowers at 19, like, the guys he's going around, you got Brock Bowers or Derrick Henry. Give me Brock Bowers. Bowers or Jonathan Taylor. Give me Bowers. I might even, realistically, Brock Bowers might even be as high as close to ADP 12 for me. I have a top 450 ranking in the Discord if you join. It's free. Free top 450 ranking. You can check out where I have him officially. Name number 4 is the tight end right after him. ADP of 20 is Trey McBride. He had a very good season in 2024. 2.42 yards per route run, by far the best of his career. And he averaged 71.6 receiving yards per game. Again, by far the best of his career. 15.6 PPR points per game. This guy averaged 1 touchdown every 10 games? What? Yeah, not very good. I mean, this guy, he didn't really have any touchdowns, to be fair. So if we see any touchdowns for Trey McBride and this Cardinals offense, which you can expect to have a bit of a step forward this year with Marvin Harrison Jr. in year 2, hopefully Kyler Murray gets his head out of his you-know-what and starts passing the football to some of these big playmakers. Guess what? Trey McBride through the first 16 weeks had 0 touchdowns. Week 17, touchdown, 30 points. Week 18, touchdown, 20 points. Okay, a bit of momentum. You see what I mean? He had a 35% target share those final 2 weeks as well. Trey McBride could also be a league winner in fantasy. No questions asked. Final name of the video, coming in around a similar ADP. It's actually pretty fun. I didn't even mean to do this. You got Bowers at 19, McBride at 20, and then at 22 you got Drake London. Drake London from the Falcons. This guy, there's reason for optimism with Michael Penix. He obviously had that 40 bomb the final week of the season, but his target share was 29%. Yards per hour was 2.45. He played the most snaps of his career with a 91% snap share. 16.5 PPR fantasy points per game. Again, a bit skewed by that final game of the season. But Drake London seems to finally be coming into his own, and it could be at a perfect time. He's competing with Darnell Mooney, Ray McLeod, and the Falcons defense just got better. So I'm actually big on Drake London having a breakout season. I know he already had that breakout season kind of in 2024. I think he smashes that again in 2025. Now, I will say Drake London is kind of fairly priced right now at ADP of 22. Looking at the receivers ahead of him, you got A.J. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Amon-Ra. So I'm not going to say bump Drake London up ahead of those guys. I even think the running backs going around him are pretty fair as well. Maybe honestly, ADP of 22 is pretty fair for London here. But I do think, like, if you have the chance to take him, I am happy taking Drake London this year in 2025 fantasy football. 5 names, 5 guys I like drafting. Again, yes, you can win your drafts in the later rounds, but to have that stable foundation for your team, you're going to have to hit on these round 1, round 2 guys as well. We'll have another video breaking it down.